what I want to talk about is Sayyidina Rasulullah Akram Sallallahu before, he lived in Mecca. Not before, but when he lived in Mecca, amongst the pagans, amongst non-Muslims, Rasulullah Akram Sallallahu wanted to get away. So he would leave the city, he would go to the cave of Hira, he would go to a secluded place, and he would do dhikr, and he would think about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we know at the same time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala spoke to Sayyidina Rasulullah Akram Sallallahu in the cave of Hira, and we're all familiar with the story. But he used the cave of Hira as a refuge away from the ignorance, away from the pagans, away from the noise. Again, we see Sayyidina Rasulullah Akram Sallallahu utilize a cave or a refuge, a place of refuge, when he was fleeing from Mecca, when he was leaving Mecca. We all were familiar with the story. Hazrat Ali Karamju laid in his bed, and Rasulullah Akram left the city, and him and Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq stopped into a cave because they were being pursued. In this place of refuge, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fashioned for him with a spider web, with the doves and everything like that, so that the Meccans who would come to try to do physical harm to him said, oh, well, he can't possibly be in this cave because of the spider web, because of this. So, a place of refuge. Another time in the Holy Quran, we talk about a place of refuge. We talk about Ashabi Kahf. We talk about the family, the young companions who were threatened by the king, a pagan king. Everyone pagans. But these young people worship one Almighty Creator, and the king said, you need to change your way. You need to change to our way. We'll give you a few days, but you need to be pagan, pretty much. And this young group of companions left and sought refuge. They went to a cave. They went to another place. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had them fall asleep, and they slept. Some people say for 300 plus years they slept. But when they woke up, while they're asleep, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is turning them, and He's taking care of them for all this time. At the same time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Holy Quran how He fashioned even the dog. Everyone knows that the dog was with him. Even the dog was put to sleep, but the dog was in a position to where people would come, if they came to the cave, they would turn and leave. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protected them. The same way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protected Sayyidina Rasulullah Akram in the cave. So these young people, when they woke up, everyone is familiar with the story. They go back to the town. Obviously that king is no more, and paganism is no more. Right? It is now the one religion. They are all monotheistic. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala totally turned their condition. Why am I talking about the cave or refuge? Because one of the legacies of our blessed Murshid is the legacy of establishing refuge for us. Of establishing refuge. When Shah Sahib came to us, our parents or grandparents, wherever you fall in the line, we're living amongst non-Muslims. We're living amongst pagans. We're living next door to drunkards and abusers and drug addicts and all these different things. So what did Shah Sahib, who, as explained earlier, says, hey, if you want to see Sayyidina Rasulullah Akram Sallallahu, look at me. This is what Rasulullah Akram Sallallahu looks like. These are the actions Sayyidina Rasulullah Akram Sallallahu will be doing as well. What did Shah Sahib do? He started to seek refuge with us. He started to pull us out of the city. He took our parents to Khalwas. They had different camps. They would leave the city, and eventually this led to the establishment of our locations. This place of refuge that we're here right now, and our places of refuge all throughout the country, we went from being local to being global, because now we have communities all over the world as well. This is a huge legacy that Shah Sahib has just dropped into our lap. This is a legacy even the young people who may not have any experience with Shah Sahib, right? Everything good in our lives is because his hand is involved in it. All of our connections, think about your companions that you met on what camp, or your friends that you're friends with because of some island course, or because you visited them on this land or that location. You all have been connected by Shah Sahib's hand. We've all been connected because he brought us out as a community. He brought us out and gave us these places of refuge. And then to further that, at these locations, we see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's name shining in Islamburg. We saw people made trips. For me, I remember it was weeks or even a month or so, people would take trips to South Carolina to see the miracles in South Carolina. So the proof of these locations in our community being protected and having established refuge is all amongst us. It's here. It's ingrained in our kids. Think about years ago, it was a dream for somebody to say, I'll become Hafiz. Someone my age. Or I'll become Hafiz. Or I'll go to a Hafiz school or something like that. Now Hafizes are coming out, they're popping out like Skittles. I mean, we have Hafiz amongst us all the time. Right? We have Hafiz. It is unbelievable how Shazam has established us and what we need to do at the same time. The same way Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq was there assisting Sayyidina Rasul in that cave. We need to remember what Shazam told us about our parents. He said, you will never be able to do what your parents have done. And your parents will never be able to do what you have to do. So on this blessed day, also, we remember our Murshid Kamil, but remember his supporters. Remember your parents and your grandparents. And respect them. Continue to respect them. Respect each other. Because we are supporters of our blessed Murshid. And we help each other. That's pretty much where I wanted to get to. So I think I covered it all. Thank you so much for allowing me to speak. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to bless our blessed Murshid and his family and all of you. Assalamu alaikum. Uthman Sahib for delivering and giving us those thought-provoking words.